Firstly, I've got to say a huge apology to the people that were expecting to see footage from the Barston Masters first qualifier this year. Unfortunately, due to Mother Nature's power, it was cancelled. It was iced over. We found out on Friday afternoon. Wayne Bartholomew sent me a message. You'll find out from Gaz Lambert that it had been called off. Frozen over, unfortunately, so that's it. It's been postponed back to the, I think it's going to be the 28th of January, I think it is, but I will check that. So that's a shame. So I'm back in Sheffield. I've actually got a bit of a family thing on this afternoon, so I've got about 4 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot up to a venue that's it's only a 20-minute drive from where I live. It's called Underbank Reservoir. A lot of you guys out there will know it. It's a lovely natural reservoir. The level is low from what I hear. I haven't fished up here for quite a few months now. This time of year it can be rock hard. It's probably, in fact, there might only be a couple of pike anglers there, and to be honest, I'm probably not even going to get a bite. So it's a good excuse just to get the kit out, have a mess about on a nice natural scenic reservoir, for which I'm sure some of you guys will be interested to see. Like I say, I've got 4 hours. Just have a mess about. Might not even get a bite, but you know, the sun's out. So first I'm going to go get some brekkie. Look both ways. Right, for those of you who have never been here before, this is Underbank Reservoir, and this is what we call the lay-by, for obvious reasons. Big lay-by. That's where we park. There's the reservoir. We climb over the wall. Like I say, I've heard it's down, but I'm just going to have a quick look what it's like before I get the kit out of the van. Look at that, lovely. Not much of a breakfast, but there you go. Here we go. First look at the venue. Just come through the trees. Yeah, it is. It's down, as you can see. Wind's coming down from the neck end and in. Oh, there's somebody fishing here anyway. That's good to see anyway, some bait's going in. So these are the pegs that see quite a bit of bait going in, and there's the reservoir. That's looking up towards the neck end, obviously where it narrows up. Like I say, now it's down quite a bit. You can see the contours of the bank, which is great. This is like the top level, where this grass is here. This is as high as it goes. So I don't really know where to fish, to be fair. I mean, the deeper water might be better today, but like I said, some heavy looking clouds up there as well, but who cares, we can get in. So we're going to get the kit out of the van and decide where we're going to fish. So yeah, finish brekkie, pray for Frogger, try and cross that road again. So let's get some kit out. I've never fished this spot before, and I think for the time of year I'm probably too far up towards the neck end, I'll be honest with you. But where that guy is there, a couple of pegs past him, around that corner, that's where I was going to go. I'd expect it to be a little bit deeper down there. There's a couple of pike lads down there. Don't know how they got there, because there's no vehicle of theirs in the lay-by, so they must have got dropped off. So I've never fished this spot before, so it might be too shallow for this time of year, but hey, we're here. Just looking at the topography of the reservoir, as a lot of you probably already know, sometimes when you've got steep banks coming in, that generally means that that's reflected under the water. So where it's, as you can see there, where it's a lower angled slope, you'd expect it to be a little bit shallower. As you can see behind me, it's a little bit steeper, so I'm hoping this is just on the edge of the deeper pegs. What I do know is that somewhere out there is a riverbed. It's the old riverbed. I don't know how close in it comes here, but I'm going to get set up, get a bomb out there, get the stopwatch and just have a feel around, see if we can find out how deep it actually is. As you can see, the road's only just there, so if this sounds a little bit rubbish, I do apologise, but when there's no leaves and stuff on the trees, all that sound comes through there. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to get some kit set up, get a bomb out there, see if we can find that riverbed. Right, I've no idea what the contours are like out there, and one thing I don't do whenever I don't know what the contours are like, I don't know if it's snaggy, I don't like to set all my rig up, because you know, you might find that it's really snaggy and you've lost a complete rig. So all I do is I simply, when I don't really know what it's like, I tie a nice big loop. Don't know if you can see this, but a nice big loop like that. So you've got a nice big loop in your braid, your shocker or your mono, whatever you're using. Get a nice healthy sized bomb, thread that through there, and just loop it over, and that'll secure it long enough for you to have a good cast around the peg, just to see what it's like out there. And that way, if you do lose it on any snags, you've not lost a complete setup. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start casting the bomb out. I'm going to work my way out using a stopwatch, counting how long it takes to hit the bottom, and hopefully that'll give me some idea of what the contours of the peg are like. So let's see what we can find. I found a really nice spot out there that I like. It's quite soft all the way out there, the bottom, so I don't know if that's quite silty or what it is, but it's soft, but it's the best place I can think of fishing. I've just I clipped up when I was out there, so I've just come to the sticks to find out exactly what that length was, just so I've got it as a reference. It was 39.5 metres, so I've just rounded it up to 40, so that's it. I know exactly where I'm fishing. If I've got to take the clip off for any reason or lose the rig, I can always clip up bang on the spot where I'm going to be feeding. Let's go and get some. Here's something I've never had before. 3 days ago I bought some fluoro pinkies, bagged them up, squeezed the air out, bagged them up, straight in the freezer. I've opened them this morning and I can't believe how many floaters there are. Never had that before, something to watch out for. Right, kit wise for this session, I'm going to be using, like I say, I was meant to be going to Barston today, so I just kind of left the rods in that I'd got. Braid's not allowed at Barston, so that wasn't even in my hold all. Sorry, in my ready rod bag. So I thought I'd try it up here with mono for a change. So I've got a 5000 Aquas reel, 6 pound Barston Masters reel line. I'm using the S class 3.6 meters, no shock leader or anything. I'm only fishing at 40 meters. The rig, it's a free running rig, like I say, no shock leader, free running rig. All I've got is a 30 gram matrix cage feeder, which is 4 holes high. It's on a free running rig, and that just runs straight to an easy shot. That's all that is, a single easy shot. I've then got about 3-4 inch of twisted, twizzled main line. That's attached loop to loop to 0.125 power micron. And one of my favourite patterns now for fishing on venues where barb hooks are allowed is the very now popular super match hook, size 16. It's very silty out there, so I'm putting dead pinkies in out there because I just think sometimes they lay on the silt better than live pinkies and live baits do. They don't kind of riddle into the silt. So I've just had one cast, one 10-minute cast. I've not had a sign, so I'm just going to time each cast, start off 10-minute casts, and just see if we can get some reactions. I won't lie to you, I can't get a bite. I've had four 10-minute casts. I've not had an indication. There's a lad fishing down to my left about 4 or 5 pegs. He's just put his keep net in, so he's obviously just caught a fish which is encouraging. There's not a breath of wind up here. So I'm going to take this opportunity to answer a question that I've been asked about 4 or 5 times over the last couple of weeks, all through YouTube, a couple of messages on Facebook, and it's about twizzling your line. It's something that we do a hell of a lot in feeder fishing, and I don't really know if you're going to be able to see this properly, but just while I'm hopefully waiting for a big fat bream to find my bait, so all we're going to do is just hold that side. Don't do anything with it, just hold it. This is the side that you're going to do the roll in. It's that sort of action that you need to put the line through in order for it to twizzle. As you can see already, it's twizzling up there now, look, and that really is that simple. And you can twizzle out to whatever length you require. One little tip here is, if the loop at the end is too large for what you need, all you do is open it back out, and you'll see it go. Look how small it's gone, just to that point, and then twizzle it again, and that's really tightened it up. And all we do then is nip both ends together and just tie them in a knot. Push that end through there and pull, and that is your twizzle line. Great, it's a great detail to have on your rigs, because it stops tangles, it just makes everything so much better. It's a great little trick that I think a lot of people ought to use a lot more in their rigs. So yeah, there you go. That's to the people that have been asking about that. Let me just show you this reservoir. The tip's not moving. I haven't had an indication. That's been in there just over 10 minutes now. But just have a look at the reservoir. Look at it, absolutely beautiful. Not a breath of wind. Admittedly, it does usually fish better when there's a wind on, but I mean, look at this for scenery. It's absolutely beautiful. The only things missing are a few fish. Well, we're 2 hours in and I haven't had a sign, I haven't had a bite. I'm not really surprised, to be honest, so I just thought, since I can't show you guys any fish at the minute, just thought I'd let you see the venue. This is the neck end coming up to, as you can see, the water level's down anyway. This is the lay-by, that's my pair, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but that's the dam wall. Going over to the boathouse, and if there are any permanent, what you call permanent pegs here, they're over on that other bank. I'm not sure if you can see because of the sun, but that's all along that bank. The peg numbers are on the trees. You might see on Facebook that some of the lads run matches in the summer and in evenings. They're the pegs where they're usually pegged over there. Just park behind the boathouse there and walk down. It's a nice easy walk. But look at the neck end now. Now it's down, the water level's down. Stunning scenery, it's absolutely beautiful. Just a bit of a breeze coming onto it now, and you can see it's been down for a while because this grass and stuff's growing now. Obviously when it drops quickly, all that's not there because it's been underwater for you know, a long period. But yeah, it's a beautiful venue. I used to come up here as a kid when the water level used to go down. I used to come up in summer, and because the water level was down, I used to walk around and used to find so many feeders and stuff that people had lost in the rocks and stuff. I used to get off a carrier bag full of feeders. It was brilliant. Obviously that's not the case now because these kind of venues don't get fish like they used to. Obviously, you know, since that time commercials have taken off and these places hardly get fished. The bailiff's just been round and he's just said he hasn't seen anybody fishing like we're fishing. The only anglers that have been up have been pike anglers. But having said that, the pegs where I'm sat and the guy that's a few pegs to my left, they have been catching pike there. So I mean, if the pike are there, there should be some other fish there. Just makes sense, doesn't it? So But yeah, it's we'll stick at it anyway. We've got another hour or two, so we'll see if we can find some fish for you. As regards fishing here, it's just day tickets on the bank. The bailiff's been round, he comes round to you, so I think it was £4 is charged. But you can get a season permit to fish this and a couple of other venues in the area. It's controlled, or well, it's the people that run the matches and stuff here. It tends to come under the Penistone Angling Association. They've actually got a Facebook page as well, if for anybody interested. But like I say, they only run a couple of matches a year. One of them is the Underbank Championship. Depending on water levels, that'll depend on what time of year that's ran. But that's a great competition to be part of. So yeah, if you had that on Facebook or like that page, you'll just be kept in the loop with other places fishing and the matches, you know, that are up and coming. Look at this. Look, this is one of the things I love about these sorts of reservoirs. When they're down like this, obviously the exposed areas that usually if you sat up here fishing, you just, you know, a lot of people forget about that there's underwater features that we should be looking for. Look at this. Look, imagine if you're casting a feeder onto this section of land here. Look, right, imagine if you land your feeder there. Look at that. How solid is that? Perfect, yeah? Perfect. But if you was to drop your feeder 1 metre past that, have a look what the bottom's like. Look how soft that is. I'm actually slipping in now. Imagine if you were chucking at range something like a 40 gram feeder. Dropping it onto that hard stuff is obviously going to be a certain way of presenting a bait. If you drop that 1 metre past, it's going to be sinking into that. They're the kind of things that a lot of people forget about, and they're the things we should be looking for when we're out there. That's why it's brilliant to come up and see these venues when the water level's down, because it exposes things all the time that, you know, you look out on an expanse of water like that, there could be anything down there, and they're the things you ought to try and find before you actually start fishing. Brilliant recce sessions. Just had a quick walk down to the bottom end of the lay-by section. You see where we are. That's obviously the dam head down there, dam wall. We're still on that roadside bank. This is Stocksbridge bypass behind these trees. As you can see, these pegs here, this is as high as the water level goes up to where you can see the line. This grass here, this is the highest level that it comes to. And to be honest, there's only certain spots on here where you can fish when it's up because of all the trees behind you, because you can't cast in properly. But when it's up here, it really can be comfortable. You sat on the grass. You can see the contours, it drops away, look, it just goes and goes and goes away. That's why when the water level is high, they can't have big matches on here, purely because they can't get all the pegs in. They have to wait while the water level drops to, like it is now, so you can get all the, it just obviously exposes all these pegs. But yeah, there's a bit of breeze on it now. Just had a quick chat to the lad who's fishing 4 pegs to my left. He's had 3 bites now, he's got a roach in the net. He's lost a decent fish which he thinks was a skimmer, but he thinks a pike took it, and he's missed a quick short bite like a roach bite. So it's encouraging. Still another hour or so to go, but it's just lovely being here. Good thing about these pegs is, if you do ever come and fish on here, especially in winter, is as you can see, you've got your sun on you, and at this time of year, just having that bit of sun on you can keep that temperature up, and it can be a massive difference. Whereas those pegs opposite, as you can see, you're in the shade nearly all day. So yeah, just going to head back to the peg now and let's see if we can snare a fish or two. Just nipped back to the van and I left that in for 17 minutes. I've been having 10-minute casts. I left that in for 17 minutes. That's been sucked on. Right, after that bite, what I came back to, I've cast back out and I've just had another 10-minute cast. I've got to say though, prior to that bite, the 5 casts before that, I've not put any feed in. It's just been ground bait. Because I've not had any bites, I just just didn't have any confidence that the bait I have put in has been eaten. So I had 5 casts without any feed, just ground bait, and then I got that bite. I cast back out, and I've just had a 10-minute cast, and I've watched it for the full 10 minutes, not took my eye off it, I've not seen an indication. I've reeled in, and I've got 2 pinkies on, and one of the pinkies is squashed at the end. I know there's quite a few rough in here, and sometimes they can take the bait and damage the bait, but to be honest, a lot of the rough in here, the bites just kind of virtually pull the rod in. So I've only got 50cm hook length on. I've just left it now, I've just chucked it back out now, and I've put a few pinkies in because it seems as though there's 1 or 2 fish there. I've only put half a dozen pinkies in this cast, but it might just be enough just to trigger them to take the bait a little bit more confident. As you can see, the light's gone a little bit now, so this time of year, this can be the best period. It's the only thing with reservoirs like this, it's such a large expanse of water that when it's not getting fished regular, especially in certain areas, there's no real reason why the fish should be there, unless there's a big source of natural feed. But there's a lot of pike in here, a lot of predators, and they'll be pushing the fish around as well. So, you know, it can take 2-3 hours to get a bite. In summer it's different. If you're coming up and fishing certain pegs more often, bait's going in there a lot, you know, you can catch straight away. But like I say, there's so many different variations in depth and width on a venue like this, and features as well. You know, there's no reason why the fish should be out there. But like I said, I've just had 2 indications, so I've got double pinky on again on this cast. I'm going to have a shorter cast this time. I'm going to go 5 or 6 minutes and just see if a bit of activity will just trigger a fish or 2 just to take the bait. I think 10-minute cast might just be too long. Guess we'll find out, won't we? Finally got one! Tiniest indication. It's only a small fish. All I've got to do now is get it past the pike. One thing's definite, and that is I should be fishing with braid. I may have had more bites than what I think, and I just haven't seen them because I'm using mono at 40 metres. There's a bit of toe in it as well, and because mono's thicker than braid, it's picking up the toe. So try and swing it. Oh no, it's only a little limit. Let's get him. Woohoo! Little skin bob. Look at that beauty. He even got the sun on him as well. Hooked in the top lip. Get that, let's get some sun on him. Beautiful. He's like a little block of ice. Who knows, I've still got a few more minutes left before I've got to go, so beautiful. How about this then? Just had a bite at about 100 miles per hour. Out of the blue, it's been in 15.5 minutes. Just gone round. I thought I'd missed it. A lovely little roach. Great success. Well, I've just cast out after that roach. No feed in the ground, in the feeder, just ground bait. It's been in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's gone straight round. I got a text message about 1 o'clock, which meant I didn't have to get home as early as what I thought. So I thought I'd stay on just to see if I could catch anything as the light fades. Obviously this time of year it's not too late. Won't be surprised if this is another roach. Beautiful condition, look at that, lovely. Only 2.5 minutes in that one. Double pinky again. Beautiful. I'm pretty sure it's just the time of day. It's just approaching 3 o'clock now, so that's why you can see that the light's going, and often that's the best time to fish at this time of year. Let's have another. I've got to pack up. I've got to pack up pretty sharpish, but I'm going to have another cast. Still on a super match hook, size 16. $50cm hook length still. And still on that same spot at 40 metres. One thing I haven't talked about today really is the ground bait that I've used. In summer, small fish can be a big problem, especially if you're targeting skimmers. Obviously, the fish are a lot more active at that time of year. And if I was going to come up here and fish for skimmers in the summertime, you know, most times of the year, I'd select a fish meal mix. Because I expected it fishing so hard, just like it usually does at this time of year, I didn't want to be too selective. I thought that the chances of any skimmers feeding would be quite slim, to be honest, because it's obviously early January. I just wanted a few bites, so I've selected a cereal mix because, like I said, I wanted to be less selective, and I thought there'd be more chance of roach and perch feeding than skimmers. So all I came with today was just 100% mix of Pro Natural Dark. Everyone knows I love that mix, especially on natural venues for silverfish. It's a lovely mix, really is brilliant. Use it a lot in Ireland as well. I've kept it quite dry as well because I thought just with it being active it might draw any roach and perch into the peg as the session went on really. And I have tried it slightly down, you know, wetter and heavier. I didn't really get anything. I mean, I haven't had enough bites today to really make any decisions like that, but I've kept it quite dry. Kept the cage feeder on. There's quite a bit of hemp in that mix as well, molasses, quite a bit of brown crumb as well, but like I say, it's not fish meal, and you know, it's a dark mix which I've got confidence in on these sorts of venues. But yeah, it's a cracking mix that. It's one that I use everywhere, especially in Ireland, natural venues. When I'm targeting roach and perch, brilliant mix. I'll tell you what, I've only had 3 fish, but I've thoroughly enjoyed that. I hope you can hear me over the road. I can't believe how busy that's been today. I've only had 3 fish, but it's been better than a day at home. Could have been wasted. That's it really. I've stayed on a little bit longer than what I thought I was going to, just because I wanted to see if the bites were going to get better as the light faded. I've only ended up with 3 fish, but it's been a lovely session. I've enjoyed every minute of it. So that's it. It's not been very exciting. I can't believe I filmed this on something called an action camera, because action's the only thing that you haven't seen. But thanks for watching. Just while I've got you all, just to let subscribers know that I've been asked to do a weekly vlog, just covering kind of what I've been up to that week, and any points of interest that I might want to flag up to you guys about any products or competitions that are coming up and that sort of thing. So I'm going to be starting that from next Thursday. I'm going to upload it every Thursday at 6:30. That's UK time. And if the response is good and you get plenty of views and stuff and comments are positive, then I'll continue to do that every Thursday, every week. Still going to be doing the vlogs from these sorts of sessions and all the matches that I fish. So that's something extra, but that's something that's going to happen every week without fail, every Thursday 6:30. Hopefully you'll find it interesting, and even if it's just topics for discussion. So let me know what you think about them when they start going. Like I said, I'm going to start it next week from next Thursday. So that's it really. So thanks again for watching. Hope you've all had a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week.